I find this time of year arrives quite suddenly. The lights, the flowers, the birds in the morning. It feels like everything is coming back to life. So this week, I thought I would like to change a few things around at home. My own little welcome to the season. I haven't emptied these bookshelves completely in quite a while, so I think they are in need of a proper dusting. I think this lampshade is probably on its last legs. But I have seen an idea on Pinterest that I would like to try. I found this gingham men's shirt in a charity shop for £2, and I think there should be more than enough fabric for what I have in mind. But that's for later on, I think. I came across this copper kettle recently. I loved how dinky it was, and I haven't seen one with the enamel handles before. It could do with a bit of a clean, but I'm sure we can sort that out. I would love to create that traditional 90s nostalgic look that's just the right side of cluttered. I saw this picture and I thought it looked incredible having all of the serving dishes and household items at the top. So I'm going to try and create my little own version of that here on the top shelf. I've been meaning to frame this sketch that I drew for a while now. It's one that I was really happy with how it turned out, and it would be lovely to have it displayed properly. I really love how this has turned out. I've been trying to take my time a bit more when changing my home. Adding a little here and swapping something there. Hopefully in time it will turn into something even better than I had imagined. I found these 2 plates in a charity shop, and I can't decide if to just use them as normal plates or to maybe hang them somewhere on a wall. I would like to get some of the dirt and the tarnishing off on this copper kettle, and I read that salt and vinegar might do the trick. Let's try this again. Despite the house now smelling like a fish and chip shop, it definitely has removed the worst of the tarnish. I'm just going to swap a few things around over here. I think it's probably time for the snow sheep to come down. Perhaps this could be a good place for the blue and white plates. I've decided to go with the plates. I did buy the wrong size hanger, but I saw that you could add more than one to the back to increase just how much it can hold. So hopefully these won't end up smashed on the floor. The instructions say to let the hanger cure for a full 24 hours. So I'm going to pop the curtains in the washer, and hopefully everything will be ready to hang up tomorrow. I'll leave the blog post instructions that I followed in the description below. But it basically said to cut your fabric 2 to 3 times longer than the top circumference of your lampshade, and at least 2 to 3 inches longer than the length of your shade. And I think I have just about enough fabric from this old shirt. I don't know where my elastic has gone from my sewing box, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So I'm using some of my daughter's elastic for her bracelets, and I'm just going to braid 3 strings together to make it slightly thicker. I'm thinking I probably should have made this ruffle longer at the top so that it could hide a bit more of the shade. I love how these curtains have turned out. They add just enough pattern and warmth to the room. I think using 2 hangers on 1 plate, it was a lot more awkward to hang, but we got there. I think this has to be one of my favourite spring moments. Bringing those first flowers inside from the garden. I'm mixing them in with some flowers that I've picked up from my shop. Whilst I love making my home slowly look more like how I would like it to, how I feel, the sun warm through the windows, enjoying a small task that I love to do. That feeling of quiet happiness. It's everything. Having a place to call home is such a precious thing, and I never want to forget that. There are things that I'd still like to change, and corners that aren't quite finished yet. But I think that's a part of it. Adding things slowly. With each new season and every change I make to my home, it reminds me of what a wonderful thing it is to have a place to call home.